Leo, this is your weekly November tarot reading, and we are doing a special you versus them and see what comes out. If you like this style of reading, let me know in the comments below. All right, and do remember that time and energy is fluid, not linear. So do check the playlist for your sun, moon, rising sign to see what additional messages are there for you. And also there in the playlist description are links to all of the decks that I use. All right, here we go, Leo. Let's start with your romance angel card, and it doesn't have to be romance, but this is just the deck that I'm using to see what is going on between you and them. For Leo, here we go. What is going on? Separation, time apart from your partner is on the horizon. Now, that doesn't have to be bad. You know, maybe one of you is going on a trip, some kind of thing that you can't go on. Maybe it's business, who knows? Could be family related. Could just be something you've always wanted to do, a solo spiritual mission, or them. You could be on a break. Let's see what's between you. Enchantment. Ooh. That is like a siren, right? It looks like the tower back there, doesn't it? All right, let's get theirs. You know, they say that distance makes the heart grow fonder. Maybe that's what's happening here. And for them, we have, oh, this could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. I wonder if you've even met yet, to be honest. Separation could mean that you just haven't met this person yet. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's actually more what I'm feeling right now, but we'll let the tarot explain this to us. Okay. You have Sagittarius coming up right here, just like Aries did, in the same spot. You also have the Seven of Swords and the Eight of Wands. Okay. I'm laying out all the cards for this reading and then all the clarifiers. This is going to be your side. We're doing it vertical too, so I know it's a little different, but I just want to change things up a bit. That wants to be on top, so let's see what is under enchantment. Justice. Libra energy. Ooh. Ace of Wands. And the Five of Pentacles. Huh. All right, let's get their side. This could be some shared trauma down here, but I don't really know yet. So we'll see. On their side, they have Eight of Swords. Worry. Three of Swords. Heartbreak. Or maybe healing. Could be healing. And the Ten of Cups. Okay, what a mix of cards we have here. Let's clarify, and then we're going to figure this out. It's when you have an 8 here, and they have an 8. All right, let's clarify your side first here, Leo, and see what's going on. Page of Pentacles. Two of Swords on the 7. And the Queen of Pentacles. All right, Leo. I'm clarifying everything, and then we're going to get into this. Ooh, the Tower. What? I called it. Whoa. That's something. Queen of Swords. clarity. And the Four of Swords. Wow. Okay. Woo. All right. Let's get their side. Oh, oh, look at that. Eight of Wands, Eight of Wands. That's been happening with these readings. Like that, or like this, same cards, or like same that way. Five of Swords. And Justice again. Ooh. Ooh. Leo, you might be going through a bit of a rough patch here. Nah, yeah, that's kind of what it looks like. I have to start here with the Seven of Swords and the Two of Swords. The Seven of Swords, you know, it can represent deception, lies, dishonesty, stealing, you know, that kind of thing here. And we have indecision. We have enchantment in the middle, separation. We have the Three of Swords, the Five of Swords. We have the Four of Swords, Five of Pentacles, the Eight of Swords, the Tower. I think there was something hidden here in this relationship with this person. It's hard to say who is hurting who here. They do have heartbreak on this side, but they also have taking a risk. So I do feel like there's confusion here and some type of deception. Now, I'm not going to point figures here. I'm just, you know, I have to read the cards the way they're showing up. There is communication with the Eight of Wands. Mercury, Sagittarius energy, very fiery, passionate. That's what connects you to right here is this Ace of Wands and the Eight of Wands. Passionate communication. It could be about money and resources here with the Queen of Pentacles. I mean, we have a rabbit here. It could have been about sexuality, infidelity, maybe even, I have to say. Children could be involved, maybe not. But with this crossing the Eight of Swords here, this back and forth conversation, very passionate, very heated, I'll say, very heated. It's on their mind. And I don't think this was a positive interaction here. Okay, I'll say that. They wouldn't have the Eight of Swords if it was positive. This feels like an argument. Okay, it does. Feels like an argument. It could have been an argument about a queen, another queen, someone else in the mix, or like resources, something like that. That's where this argument is coming from. All right, so I know I'm going all over the place here, but I think this is the best way to read this. So this Seven of Swords and the Two of Swords, this almost feels like, I almost want to say paranoid, but it could have been justified paranoia. I'm not sure. Over on their side, I'm going to jump over here. I know I haven't done that one yet. But there is some type of heartbreak here with the Three of Swords, a need for healing. Now, I'm not trying to point fingers, but the deception could have been on your side. It could have been on their side. And maybe nobody did anything. I had a relationship where my ex was very jealous of me and didn't feel like he was good enough for me. And so he was very jealous and he was always assuming that I was cheating, although I wasn't. You know what I'm saying? That kind of personality, it'll wreck a relationship when they don't have any self-confidence. You know, and you can't be with someone that doesn't trust you. right? Okay, so there's risky business here. Five of Swords is taking a risk. Were they taking a risk with their heart? So I'm trying to figure out what is going on here with this Three of Swords. Were they willing to risk it? Did they know? Or I'm wondering, like, if this person did cheat in some way with someone that they felt was, the one, and it wasn't you, did it break their heart when they did it? Did they not expect heartbreak by cheating? Something like that. We have cheating here. I feel like it's here. That deception, something, and it may not be cheating. Maybe they were misusing resources. Maybe they were gambling or spending it, secret shopping addiction. Who knows what this argument is about, but there's definitely a heartbreak here. It's showing up on their side. What is weird is this Five of Swords crossing it, because it almost feels like they were willing to risk it. Maybe willing to risk your heartbreak with this. So Leo, I feel like your current energy is this right here. Trying to move on. Trying to get back some balance here, because I do feel that with Temperance, and we have Justice, and Justice twice about balance, and the Two of Swords can indicate a lack of balance. The Page of Pentacles is a new beginning, so you might be newly single. That's kind of what I'm feeling here with these two. I know this isn't the greatest message. It's coming, the way it is for a reason. This is kind of a why it all happened. I think this person was a recipient of some words here. It feels like you chewed them out. Or if that's not it, their communication was, driven by this anxiety and worry. It's not good, that's for sure. I don't think this communication was very helpful, because someone in this state of mind, when they communicate, it could have been them screaming at you. Could have been. So just take it however it resonates. You'll know how this is playing out for you, right? And this could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. This could be a miscommunication, a misunderstanding, but without trust in a relationship, you've got no good foundation. Zero. We have on their side the Ten of Cups and Justice. Justice can be a legal issue. This is triumph after difficulty. I feel like they are winning something here. You may not want to hear that, but that's what's coming up on their side. They might have been the one that had their heart broken, or at least think so. But their ending feeling is that this is going to make them happy, right? There's some kind of, they feel like justice has been served somehow, some way. That's what's coming through. And this is karma. Karma means action. This is action that is happening for them on their side. You may not want to hear it, but they may have already found someone else, and this could be, this a new commitment for them, possibly. So where to go from here? My goodness, this is tough. This feels like a breakup, you guys. It really does. Uh, my goodness. Let's go right here in the middle because this is what's connecting you to. The Ace of Wands is passionate, right? And it's being crossed by the Queen of Swords. So, Queen of Swords cuts things out. The Queen of Swords is that energy of someone who's been heartbroken, right? She's been through that Three of Swords, the Four of Swords. This energy is connecting with them, I'm feeling. They might be feeling victory here. If you accuse them of cheating and they didn't, hey, you know what I'm saying? That's not cool. Not saying that that's what happened. Could be vice versa. But there is definitely an element of deception here. This is truth. This is clarity. This is victory right here, showing up right here in the middle. Let's go to the top. And maybe you were just enamored, enchanted with each other, like, what is it? What's the word? It'll come to me. So, justice, not enamored, justice, karma, what's happening? If this relationship was not built on a solid foundation of trust, it's going to crumble, it's going to end, it will fall, time apart. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm seeing here, unfortunately. But this is an ending. But we know when there's endings, there's new beginnings. But it feels like this is just what's happening here, an ending. It's a big deal. So finally, we have the Five of Pentacles crossed by the Four of Swords. You may have walked away from each other. I think maybe neither one of you were receiving sanctuary within each other. You know what I'm saying? And it was just time to go. That's what this feels like. But we do have healing, thank goodness. I mean, thank goodness, right? That both of you will heal from this. Absolutely. But this does feel like a breakup to me. Separation. You're going to learn a lot about yourself through this, and they will learn a lot about themselves too. However this played out. You know what I'm saying? I don't really want to point fingers. It's hard to say. There's a lot of conflicting energies here. Like, whose heart was broken? I think both. We can say that for sure. Infatuated. That's what it is. So when you're infatuated with someone, it can feel like love, but it's very superficial. You know, that's all right. Let's look at these. Divine light. I am an expression of love and I shine like the sun. My inner light is my strength and my treasure. My intuition guides me to discover the wonder and goodness of who I am. There you go. There you go. It's probably a karmic relationship since we have justice showing up twice and we've got all these cards of wounding and healing. This feels like a karmic relationship meant to, make you stronger and have you gain perspective on, truth be told, like that, perspective on who you are. When we meet people and after the honeymoon phase is gone, if that person starts to bring out the worst in you, they're karmic. They're triggering you in some way. And it probably won't work out. So we have truth be told right there. I think this was a karmic relationship. Rebirth, personal freedom unleashed. There you go. You are both free now. That's the great thing. I feel that with the Eight of Wands. This feels like a very passionate breakup, very fiery breakup. But I think you're both going to be free now, and you know a lot more about the truth of yourselves. So there we have that. We have Bo, you are highly thought of. Elephant, a long journey, either physical or mental, will leave you wiser at the end, and that's what this is. And you have Bread, period of prosperity and abundance. I think you're both going to learn a lot through this. You're both going to grow. I think you're both going to end up happier in the long run that you had this experience. You know, if you can reflect on the positive things you learned from this and your growth. That's what I'm feeling here, Leo. This is just kind of why it all happened. If you don't trust the person you're with, then that's a faulty tower. I don't know if you ever watched that with John Cleese, Faulty Towers. It was really good. All right. So, Leo, that is your you versus them reading. All right. Let me know if this resonated with you in the comments below. Hit that like button, share, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.